teams battle for bragging rights for an entire year. You don't want to come out on the wrong side of this rivalry, otherwise you'll never hear the end of it. Tulsa and OKC, the Sooner State Showdown, and to the winner goes the Tornado Bowl trophy. Next, on this special afternoon edition of Rivalry Night on Twitch TV. You are looking live at Greenwood District Stadium here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, as the Tulsa Desperados play host to their in-state rivals, the Oklahoma City Renegades. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northrup, along with Rick Northrup on color.
Good afternoon.
And Gerald Smith on stats. You get the lineup scrolling across the screen. We got the venerable Deacon Nickens at quarterback. And for Tulsa, history is being made in the right kind of way as Ashley Jackson becomes the first offensive female player in league history. The captains are out there for the coin toss. Renegades call the toss and the coin. They choose heads. Does Mr. Nickens. And the Renegades have won the toss and elected to kick. Now, a word from the SFL. Here we have the kickoff. Underway from OKC, and the Sooner State Showdown is underway. Fielded by Charles Ball at about the 10-yard line, cutting up the middle and knocked down at about the 30. So we'll get a first look at Ashley Jackson and the rest of this Desperado offense.
We had the privilege of calling Ashley's first the preseason game where we saw her first in action. Quite impressive, right, Colin?
Mm-hmm. But it's a whole different ball game with the new playbooks. We'll run through the lineups in just a minute as Jackson gives off the Sonzo Robinson the first carry of the day. He picks up 6 yards on the carry. The backs and receivers for the Desperados on offense are number 20, Sonzo Robinson, you just saw him there. The wide receivers are number 11, Stephen Bush, a former Renegade, and number 13, Corey Jones. That's Corey with a K, and Garen Malone the third. Jackson lines up under center, gives once again off to Robinson, follows a block from Buffalo Marshall, but gets blown up in that process by Tamarisa Rahman.
But only after getting the first down. So far, so good. They're playing it safe with Jackson here. Nothing but the run to get started.
Outside linebackers are number 47, John Gregory, and Dave Drury racked up over 100 tackles last year. as Jackson drops back for her first official pass, and it is a completion out to Garen Malone, the 21st overall selection. Garen Malone, the third.
Yeah, fairly high percentage pitch and catch there. Get the old passing muscles warmed up for Jackson. So at midfield, OKC's going to go, huh?
They're going to go heavy again. This time Bush lined up to the bottom. And they get the other way to Robinson, but he's tackled in the backfield. They say he gained a yard.
Yeah, in this first series, I think OKC, they said, wait a minute, let's...
As Jam Pearson, the number 18 overall pick, he's the one corner. Nello Barber, who played tight end last year, moved over to cornerback. He's number 21. Brady Clark is the free safety. And Tamarisa Rahman, the undrafted free agent, she is at strong safety. 3 wide receivers for Tulsa as Jackson drops back to throw on a third down over the middle. Oh, it's broken up. Pass intended for Stephen Bush, but knocked away, and Tulsa will be forced to kick.
There they go. They get the stop they wanted, obviously, but they gave up some field position.
And now Cortland Weaver back to punt at his own 40. OKC waiting to unleash a new look offense for them. Out on the field, the punt is away. Fielded by OKC at about the 10. They'll move up to the 14. So
Tulsa does what they need to do, and that's put them back in the shadow of their own goal line.
So let's take a look at the offense. We already mentioned Deacon Nickens, J.W. Doyle, the second-year tailback, Rich Pratchett, the third overall pick, Shea Carroll, coming over from Baltimore, and Devontae Duncan, the undrafted free agent, are the wide receivers, and Tiberius Bovine, the franchise's leader in all categories receiving, is the tight end.
Free play.
As we get a free play, the first play, and Nickens goes deep down the field and to Bovine, and they'll most likely decline the penalty.
Well, that's what you call professional football right there, Colin. What do you do when the D jumps offside, no matter what play you're running?
Just take a shot.
You go long, right? Absolutely. The linemen, if they weren't in a pass protect, have to shift to that instantly. And your wideouts have to, they usually typically know or prearrange the routes they would run on a free play. And everybody
Ghibli Do was the man who was called offsides, by the way.
Ghibli Do, Ghibli Don't.
Rhett Sawyer is the defensive tackle, number 54. Espen Real is the linebacker. Nate Headslap and Kyler Murray, no, not that Kyler Murray, are the corners. Number 21 and 24, respectively. Nickens gets rid of a wobbler and completes it to the back to the reserve tight end, number 86.
From our angle, you couldn't even see Nickens in the pocket, and all of a sudden the ball pops out to a receiver.
Completes it to the receiver. That's Pratchett's first catch. On first down, that's a pickup of 5 for the 6'2", 210-pound rookie. There's a look at Kanye Rockefeller, free safety. Charles Bowles is the strong safety, number 48, also serves as the kick return. As Nickens drops back to throw, has a good pocket, lets it go over the middle for a first down to the 49-yard line. Pratchett again, his second reception. Pickup about 7.
As well executed by OKC, Colin, but Tulsa helped them out by being in a little bit in the wrong defense there for that down and distance. And again, good execution by OKC. We saw it first in the free play, and right there taking advantage of what Tulsa was going to give him.
2 catches, 13 yards for Pratchett. Bovine, 1 catch for 23 yards. Here's the first carry to J.W. Doyle, and he gets stopped right at the 50 by Mr. 99 Problems, Espen Real.
Not 100 problems, 99.
Back on the field, OKC has Doyle deep in the backfield, 2 receivers to the top, and Ayers to give to Doyle, and Doyle gets shut down hard at the line of scrimmage by Kyler Murray.
I think it was anticipating a hole might form right there on his blocker's hip, but nothing doing as he gets stuffed at the line.
So 3rd and long, the first such 3rd down attempt faced by Oklahoma City today. Split back formations, 2 wide receivers, 1 to either side. Tulsa showing blitz. They back out of it. Dickens will go deep. Oh, it's knocked away.
Oh.
Murray on the coverage. Pass intended for Mr. Shea Carroll.
That was available, but Tulsa shut it down in flight, bringing up a 4th and long.
So, a couple 3 and outs, the first possession for both teams. It's Ellis.
Well, not exactly 3 and outs. They each got some first downs, but drive stalled. I get what you're saying.
As Ellis will get ready to punt it. High snap. Oh, nearly got that blocked. Oh, boy.
No fair
And
catch.
Charles Ball gets rammed down at the 16.
Charles Ball does not have a ball on that return.
There's a look at the lineups. It's more or less the changes on the offensive side of the ball. The defense is still pretty much intact from season 11.
Absolutely.
There's a look at Miss Jackson taking over for Michael Martin, who departed following a 1-year stint after coming over from London the previous offseason. She's got an empty backfield to work with. And she's back to throw, has a clean pocket, lets this go to Stephen Bush, who turns the corner and picks up 4 yards in the process.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Don't forget to follow Simulation FL on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And also new Instagram. Simulation FL, hashtag make an impact. And the new marketing slogan is, it's 2nd and 6, Robinson offset to the right-hand side. And Jackson's back to throw. She throws this out to Corey Jones, but Jones can't quite turn the corner, setting up a 3rd and short, however.
I normally have a lot of hate for all those sideline routes that people throw. But in this case with Jackson, sort of a tenderfoot rookie, seeing her first really live league play, I'm okay with that. I think they're building up some confidence with her, Colin, for her.
As Robinson, who moved to tailback after being a wide receiver his first year in Tulsa, will get the handoff here, and he picks up the first down and plenty more.
Boy.
Brady Clark brings him down at the 39-yard line, close to the 40, but oh boy, that could have been trouble.
OKC was anticipating the run, Colin, up the middle, and they sold out for the up the middle dive, and the right end allowed himself to get sealed. And rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
4 carries for 30 yards, Robinson here in the early going.
Goes Tulsa for a first down.
Steeman Bush to the bottom as once again they go every 2 tight ends balanced line. And here's the give off to the up man, I believe. That was Buffalo Marshall, number 34, gets the carry. He picks up 1, John Gregory on the tackle.
A lot of times try and catch the D-line sleeping with that quick handoff to the first man through fullback, if you will. OKC's ready for it there.
Gregory spent last year in Carolina, decided to enter the draft as a rookie and was picked up as an undrafted free agent. Split back formation, 3 wide receivers for Tulsa. As here's to get to Robinson on 2nd and 9, and Sanzo will grind out 2 more yards, setting up a 3rd and 7.
Suddenly, after some off-tackle or end-around type plays on the ground and some swing passes, inexplicably Tulsa runs up the middle several times and leaves himself with 3rd and 7.
They got 4 wide receivers, 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom of your picture. Here's Jackson back to throw. She arcs this one, but it's going to be incomplete. Dropped by Dudrow. Would have been short of marker anyway. 4th down upcoming. Let's get another look at this. Throw was on time. It's just the defender was there.
Yeah, and it was a little behind him. Watch, he's got to reach back for it instead of reaching out in front for it. Even if that had been delivered in front of him, Colin, I'm not sure he'd be able to cut the corner, pick up that first down.
Let's check in on the chat here. Let's welcome in Randy Mercury to the chat. As Weaver's punt is away and will be returned to the 22. Forgot to mention this earlier. Thomas Rahman Sr. There is a Thomas Rahman Jr., but Thomas Rahman Sr. subscribed to us with a Twitch Prime sub. Thanks for supporting the league, Mr. Rahman.
Sweet. Nice job. Nicely done.
As Jeremy Vega says, we still want to sign Denver the Dog in some capacity.
Denver the Dog. Denver the Dog would love to be a free runner. He'd be a great viper on your D.
As J.W. Doyle loses 3 yards on that first down carry. Kyron Hill, the outside linebacker, cleaning up the mess. As he just shoots straight to gap. Look at that. Pulling guard was too slow getting around there.
It was. Maybe needs to the old play myself into shape maneuver.
Here's the 4 wide receivers. They're all kind of lined up tight as Nickens drops back to throw, dumps this off to Doyle, and Doyle gets some nice yards after the catch, setting up a 3rd and 9 as he gets to the 24. Espen Real there to clean it up. You know, the Deacon set single season passing records for OKC in season 10 in terms of yards and touchdowns for a single season. As it's a 3rd and 9, they line up with split backs, 1 receiver to either side. Nickens drops back and and down he goes. He is sacked by Ghibli Doo.
Tulsa time right there, and Ghibli Doo does. Shows up for the sack there. Great job.
And Charles Ball, the season 10 rookie of the a previous Rookie of the Year award winner on the defensive side. I forgot the season already. As Ellis will kick. And the return by Ball goes up to the 50.
OKC tightens up their punt team there and doesn't allow Tulsa to get close to the business end of the punter's foot.
So far, OKC really put screws down on Tulsa. They finished season 11 with the 20th ranked scoring defense, allowing over 31 points per game, but so far it seems to be improved. And Jackson will give off to Robinson, and Robinson spins ahead for 2 yards.
Well, at just over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, Colin, we've kind of settled into sort of an old-fashioned back and forth, pivoting around the midfield stripe. Neither side able to really gain an advantage in the early going.
It's also finished 14th in scoring offense last year, averaging 22.4 per game, as Jackson will swing this out to Robinson. He had a blocker out there, but the blocker didn't do anything. Number 68.
68. That is
Donald Ellis.
Donald Ellis
didn't do his job.
He's got to get some wheels on him. He's out there waving at the OKC defenders as they rush to attack the ball carrier.
As Jackson back to throw on 3rd down, she goes deep and it's intercepted. It looks like it was Theresa Rahman.
Tomasina. Oh, look at that.
She picked it off. The pass is intended for Corey Jones. And she has her first career interception off of Ashley Jackson. Here's Nickens, lines up under center as we get a look at Jones, whom the pass was intended for.
I got to look on the sunny side of things. It's sort of functionally a bad punt.
Here's 4 wide receivers. Doyle is the single back. As OKC will throw. 7-step drop from Nickens. Lofts this deep. Oh, knocked away. Beautiful play by Nate Edslep, the right side cornerback on the play.
Good recovery. He's beaten deep and is able to turn on the Jets, get a big mid in the air, and knock that down. And again, I'm quietly impressed by the details here that OKC shows us. They get a quick change, and they're going for it on that first play.
2nd and 10. Here's to get to Doyle off the right side. He's got room, and he picks up 6 yards, his best carry, one of his better carries of the day.
And that's a serviceable run, bringing up 4th and manageable.
Third and manageable.
Third and manageable, which is always the risk when you do take that deep shot on first down, should it not be successful.
2 receivers to the top. Duncan is in the slot along with Pratchard. Nickens will fake to the fullback and give off to Doyle, but nothing to it.
Here we
go. Real diagnosed that perfectly and said, nope.
Well, still in the first quarter, and we've got our 39th punt coming up, Colin.
Well, it certainly feels like that. What do you think of these redesigned uniforms for OKC, going more with the red and yellow?
Yeah, I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you about the helmet, Colin. For those of you who don't know, Colin is a total uniform geek. I like the treatment on the stripe on the helmet. First of all, as there's a punt with.
And it returns to the 24. So we end the first quarter of play. The score is OKC nothing, Tulsa nothing. So, start the second quarter here from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
On the special matinee edition of
Rivalry Night.
Yes, indeed.
1st and 10 from the 24. Tulsa empties the backfield, staring at a dime defense from OKC, and Jackson flings his deep. Oh, and it is caught.
Nice.
It is caught by Karen Malone III, and it goes down to the 45 on the deep post pattern.
Hey, I wanted to get a quick hit in for the MVMT watches, everybody.
Movement watches.
Thank you, yes. The if you're interested in picking one out, I know Andy Hamilton has been lurking that website quite a bit, and he can help you with a fine selection.
So here's Buffalo Marshall lines up as the fullback in the offset I formation with Robinson deep. Bush is the single wide receiver here to get to Robinson, and Sanzo carrying defenders will pick up 7 yards, his best run of the day.
What am I seeing with my pirate eye, Colin? Tulsa gets across the 50 and is threatening to actually approach the red zone here.
And everybody said amen. People are wanting some of the MeUndies, one of several new corporate sponsors that the SFL picked up this offseason.
I know. How awesome is that? So if you go to business school, they tell you that markets are important. As we look
as
at this
Jackson
pass,
goes deep for Malone, and the pass is knocked away by Tomasea.
So markets are important, and what are we observing here with the SFL, Colin? There are a bunch of new sponsors, dare I say, flocking to the league, which means something is cool, something's happening. They're feeling value in it, and it's awesome. Thank you, Cam, and the rest of the league office.
Split backs for OKC. They go with 3 wide receivers this time, and Jackson, quick drop, flings this to the side, but Stephen Bush ran that out route a yard short and will be tackled by Jam Pearson.
Why's the AI just have them, the CPU have them standing around like that?
Oh. Tulsa lined up to go for it. Usually nothing turns out to be more than a giant staring contest.
Right, although we saw that work against your team last night.
Dallas did it, and actually running, and Robinson, I don't think he got it.
I think he crossed the line again. I think
Nello Barber
Progress.
on a stop. Let's see.
Forward progress.
Assisted by number 70.
Oh, that was close, Colin. You're right.
7, Matt Stratton, and OKC gets the stop.
They wave the sticks on down the hall.
And don't forget, the Simulation Football League is sponsored by Bit Central and Fuel, as well as Harry's, as Doyle will get it on the carry. And don't forget our title sponsor, APM Music. Custom Music Library and Custom Music House is the carry by Doyle there. That time got stopped for no gain, 2nd and 10. Split shotgun formation for Oklahoma City. Nickens will change the play at the line of scrimmage. He'll take the drop back and he'll fire this one out, and it is complete to Rich Bratcher. Down the sidelines he goes, and they say he stepped out of bounds at the 50.
Well, that semi-gutty call for Tulsa doesn't produce the first down, and here we go back the other way. Nice gain. Tippy toes like a ballerina. And albeit an overweight and ugly ballerina, but, you know, you get the idea.
Split backs for OKC. Here is to give up the middle to Doyle on the dive, and Doyle picks up 11 yards on the play, first down, Oklahoma City. Welcome, David F51. Glad you found us, even if it was by accident.
Sometimes the universe is funny. My guess is you're supposed to be here.
First and 10 from 39. Oklahoma City threatening, following a turnover on downs. They go with 3 wide receivers. A man in the slot as Nickens drops back to throw, and down he goes. He is sacked. That is Ghibli-Do again.
Wow, Ghibli-Do after the miscue early in the game is showing up, Colin.
Now OKC on 2nd and long empties the backfield. Encountering a nickel defense from Tulsa. Back to throw goes Nickens. He takes the short out and he picks up 2 yards. That to Pratchett, his 4th catch on 5 targets.
Well, that brings up 3rd and 14 as we are about to spin under 7.5 minutes here in the second quarter. We're scoreless here on Rivalry Night, matinee edition with Colin Northrup and Rick Northrup.
Don't forget Gerald Smith working hard in the truck.
You know, he's working hard like a GS.
As Nickens will take a 7-step drop in the pocket. Down he goes again.
That looked more like a slip in the shower than actually a scramble and tackle.
Ghibli-Do again bursting through with his 3rd sack already.
Oh, wow. Thank goodness for face masks, right? A turf sandwich waiting for you at the end of the line.
Channeling his inner Alex Dominguez already. He gets 1 more sack. He joins the list of 4 guys with 4 sacks in game as Ellis nearly got that punt blocked, and it's returned by Charles Balla to the 15. So
he's got 4 sacks in less than 2 quarters, Colin.
I counted 3, but
3. All right. Well, caught 3. He's hunting for my mistake.
We'll check the stats truck to make sure. Sonzo Robinson 42 yards on 8 carries.
Let's see what like a GS has to say about that.
As Jackson back to throws over the middle into tight coverage, and that was nearly intercepted.
That is a rookie throw right there. Are you kidding me? It's not double coverage. It's not triple coverage. It's quadruple coverage. Still tries to squeeze that in there. You know, you like the confidence in your QB, but you've also got to have some maturity in the decision-making, and fortunate to be able to live again on this series.
Ghibli-Do has 3 sacks. I just checked.
Thank you very much.
With Mr. Smith, and he confirmed that for me. 2nd and 10, Jackson 7-step drop, and once again she goes long down the field.
That's
Wide
how you do
open is Corey Jones. Jones to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Oh, and he gets tackled at the 7.
Holy smoke, there we go.
Wow, that's a big play down the field.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the throw. That's when you make that long throw.
Just in the post, split the zone, and Day Drury had no shot. Wow, and this kid, she's balling out her first performance. As Brady Clark saved what could have been a very, very long touchdown, but it's down at the 7 where it'll be first and goal. First red zone opportunity, Rick. Woohoo!
Here we go, red zone. Here we go.
Single receiver is Bush.
Is it a run play?
Robinson in the deep I formation. No, they'll throw, and they'll throw it to Robinson, and Robinson can't do what Denzel Diaz did last night, and he lost 3 yards, but Jackson's still sitting pretty at 129.
I'm pretty sure in the huddle, Jackson's going to point out the far sideline, which is where you're supposed to run when you catch that ball, not back into the defense.
Second and goal from the 10 following a 3-yard loss on first and goal.
Sorry.
Jackson with 3 wide receivers. She's back to throw. Has a clean pocket. Fires this to the end zone. Knocked away. Brady Clark in the neighborhood, but Day Drury ultimately got his big paw out there and swatted it away.
Jackson's got 1 pick already, and you know where I'm going with that. There was only 1 receiver in the 5 or 7 yard circle and 4 defenders. Jackson cannot be doing this. She can't try and win the game on her own.
She's got to rely on her veteran tailback, Sonzo Robinson, who previously spent time with Baltimore. As
right there.
Jackson to the end zone, knocked away.
Too late. Got to pull that trigger just a little bit sooner, even before they're looking.
Just a half beat sooner, and she would have had a touchdown to Stephen Bush, but it's knocked away.
Got to throw it now, and instead it's
Nello Barber knocked that away.
Yep.
And it looks like Andrew Wheeler will come out to try a field goal attempt.
Yeah, and you know the receiver needed to turn around a little bit sooner also to help out his rookie QB, saying, it's me, I'm going to be open.
There's Nathan Blake on stats. Rick Nortrup on color. I'm Colin Nortrup, your play-by-play commentator. Yes. Out of hold of Sir Charles Robinson. Will Mr. Wheeler tried his field goal, and it is up, and it is good from 27 yards away. So Tulsa strikes first.
Did you notice that mildly junky snap that Sir Charles was able to get down cleanly? Nicely done.
Don't forget to follow the Simulation Football League on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and our latest platform, Instagram. All at Simulation FL.
Nice. Nobody cares, but I want to thank Colin on air for letting me use his spare wheelchair with the tilt capability today.
As the return by number 16 for Oklahoma City, Bubba Marshall, hits it up to the 29. So the Renegades are down by 3. They haven't really ran the ball effectively. Nickens has only thrown for 57 yards on 6 completions.
Right. Well, the bell has been rung. Tulsa, and Oklahoma needs to answer.
Trips to the bottom for OKC. Nickens will throw. This time he'll go short to Pratchard, and he'll pick up 5 yards on first down.
That's good coverage on the back end by Tulsa, forced to take the check down. Still advances the ball, but not really what they were looking for out of that design. The design of that play, Colin.
Oh, we got some Monty Python references. And Ethan Kai goes, "It's just a flesh wound." And as OKC once again draws Ghibli-Doo offsides, and J.W. Doyle will take the screen pass, follows the blockers. There he goes, 30, 20.
And a bad tackle. Are you kidding?
And he gets tackled at about the 35, and they'll decline the penalty as a spectacular run by Mr. Doyle. Ghibli called for his second offsides. They'll decline it, setting the ball up at the Tulsa 26. He just followed his blockers this time, spun inside a couple of them. Look at the receivers blocking down the field. Broke a tackle, and then, thank goodness somebody was there to tackle him. Otherwise, I might have having to give Doyle 6. Split backs in the backfield for OKC. As Nickens drops back to throw, throws this out for a 9-yard pickup. I believe that is Shea Carroll's first reception, and it is. Number 88 came over in the offseason from Baltimore with the reception. I see your comment, Dad.
There you go. Sure, you must yield.
2nd and 1, split backs again for Oklahoma City. Bo Long, the fullback in there with Doyle, and Doyle gets it on the dive, but he gets stopped on the line of scrimmage beautifully by Rhett Sawyer, and Bam Bam Cook, the defensive tackles. You know, Cook's he's a reserve player, but make some more plays like that. Tulsa might thinking about giving him a contract.
Absolutely.
3rd and 1. Here's to get to Doyle sweeping, and Doyle will pick up the first down to the 10. As before that, Oklahoma City was over 4 on 3rd down, but they converted their first 3rd down, and what a time for it. As Doyle is now up to 22 yards on 9 carries. Nice spin inside Kanye Rockefeller, who serves as the team's general manager, in on tackle.
Well, as we noted at the start of this drive, the bell was rung. OKC needs to see if they can answer, and they say hello to the red zone for the first time today.
2 receivers to the bottom. Carroll is in the slot. Nickens will look the other way, however, and knocked away.
He stared him down. I don't know what. He went full Mackey Sasser and couldn't pull the trigger, and nearly throws a pick 6. I did not expect to make a Mackey Sasser reference today, but here we go. No, I'll wager nobody knows who that is without looking it up.
Here's Bovine lined up to the bottom of the screen. Here's to get to Doyle on the dive, and JW will pick up about 2 yards to the 8. And here it is again. You must wait 3 seconds after pulling the pin on the holy hand grenade.
Thou shalt count to 3. Thou shalt not stop at 2, nor shall thou continue to 4.
3rd and goal from the 8. They can still pick up a first down without scoring a touchdown on a theoretical perspective, as Nickens will get back to good.
Man.
This is complete news for TFL. His 4th sack. Pencil his name into the record books.
There you go, making me accurate.
Just ran a rip move right under the offensive tackle, number 78, Chuck Matza.
Matza's got his hands full. He is not having a Matza ball today.
But luckily, they're still in field goal range for Johnny Omega out of the hold of Bertie Lomax.
J.O., the lefty, going to kick a 30-and-a-half-yarder.
And the kick is good from 30 yards, so we are tied at 3.
Look like a sparrow in flight there. By the way, Colin, what's your favorite sparrow? African sparrow or European sparrow?
African. No, European. Ah! More Monty Python references for the...
Don't give it away.
Oh, well, who cares? It's 3-3 with 2:06 to go. And here's the return by Charles Ball up the middle.
Ball was hunting a seam straight up the gut, and I see what he was looking at. It almost worked. As he gets deep into the pile in a bid to break free.
Steve Pundy says it was a throwback to last year when Big Sexy Alex Dominguez had 6 sacks in 1 quarter of work.
Oh, man.
As here's to get to Sonzo Robinson. Carries a couple defenders forward 5 yards. We reached the quick 2-minute warning. Here, simulation FL. Don't forget, Quip designs the most simple ways to keep your mouth healthy with timed vibrations. Brush head refills for $5 and refilled every 3 months. Get covered for life with free shipping. Try for 30 days and support the SFL with the promo code in the scroll below. A portion of your proceeds helps the SFL broadcast. Quip, a more wholesome way to clean. It's back on the field. Jackson is sacked by number 47, John Gregory.
Yeah, quit brushing your own teeth, by the way, and let Quip do it. My dentist finally convinced me of that about 10 years ago.
That's a 3rd and 9.
Save the one tooth I have left in my head.
As Jackson over the middle is short of the sticks. He tried to get there, but he was a yard short. As beautiful rallying to the football by the Renegade defense.
Well, you ran that route about 30 inches too short.
Base Scouts 11 calling for a timeout in the chat. I don't know why OKC is just sitting on this. Although I do remember them vaguely kicking off to start the ball game.
Lulled into a coma.
As here is the punt from Weaver, and it is fielded and returned up to the 26-yard line. Simulation Football League is sponsored by Matt Doyle Designs, the official design firm of the Simulation Football League, along with the folks at Media Tech Institute. And MeUndies underwear, the most comfortable underwear you'll ever own. As Nickens will give off to Doyle, and he'll be stopped, and it looks like they're just content to go into half. OKC is with 3-3 ties. Karan Hill is second.
Yeah, hey, I mean, not much time left, but Tulsa, burn your timeouts.
Second and 10. Nickens will drop back for one more pass before time expires, and it's caught. But they're not calling the time. Oh, they do it. 3 seconds
finally,
left.
yeah.
They were in mid-hurry up, and they realized, oh, that's too far for us to go. As Bovine with his, appears to be his second reception. There's a look at Michael Irvine, one of the original owners here in the simulation. Fell, talking to his quarterback and be like, why didn't you call a timeout as soon as he fell to the ground?
Well, I don't know if they hurl something down to the end zone or what's up, but people get upset, but they're just trying to make sure they don't give the ball back to Tulsa.
Here's Nickens, has a good pocket, lets us go to the end zone.
Tackled at the end.
Oh, and the diving attempt might look to be Pratchard, I'm not sure. And first half expires with one of the best Hail Mary attempts.
Hail Mary, yeah.
Hail Mary
Hail
attempts.
Mary.
Hail Mary attempts that didn't end in a sack.
Did you happen to notice he threw that ball from like the 39, and it was in the back of the end zone. That ball was in the air for 60-plus yards.
And we've reached halftime, and both teams, even as far as passing yardage goes, 134 to 137, but rushing yards have been a little hard to come by.
Yeah, I mean, both pretty equal. I wouldn't be surprised if this was, in fact, a tie game, Colin.
Time of possession about even, but it's the sacks that have really made all the difference. We get a look at Bovine. He's had one catch. He's been awfully quiet. Rich Pratchard has been by far one of the more active fellas. No, he's had 2 catches for 45 yards. Pratchard's had 5 receptions for 35 yards. Carroll 1 catch for 9 yards. Devontae Duncan has yet to catch a pass. Jackson has some nice hookups with Corey Jones. 2 catches for 82 yards for him. Garen Malone the third. 2 catches for 37 yards. And Sonzo Robinson 2 catches for 3 yards. Stephen Bush 3 catches for 15 yards. And those are your totals. So she is 9-7. Has 9 completions for 137 yards. Nickens has 10 completions. 10 of 14 for 134. Oh, he's kept the stat sheet clean as far as turnovers go. Welcome in, Garen Malone. You've had a couple catches so far, but the defenses have ruled the day as far as the scoreboard shows. It's 3-3. As the return is up to the 25. So, by Marks. So, OKC is tied at 3. What do they need to do in order to extend their lead?
Well, it's first downs haven't been too much of a problem, but sustaining the drives have been, Colin, and I think they've got to focus like a laser on just moving the sticks and continuing.
As that pass is dropped by Shea Carroll. He flat out dropped the ball in the open field.
Sometimes a lot of times you call a game setting up different things for later in the game and do certain things, but I think it's going to come down to us needing to sustain drives. And so for me, Colin, I think that's a laser focus on just moving the sticks and sort of having a 3-down mentality. Trying to play within that game rather within sort of the larger picture, multi-quarter, multi-possession kind of a thing.
Bo Long lined up in the backfield with Doyle, and Doyle gets the carry and gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. A lot of heavy pad popping going on there. Kyron Hill, another tackle.
Yeah, bringing up 3rd and 10. And by the way, we talked a little bit about the OKC unis, but Tulsa with the Miami Dolphin homage uniforms there.
3rd and 10. Nickens throws
That's
down
it.
the middle of the field. It's complete.
There you
to
go.
Bovine. His 3rd catch of the day as Nickens is up to 160.
My assumption is the OC probably saw that being available earlier, and they put them to sleep a little bit with a couple of pedestrian run plays, and they send him out into that seam for a big first down, Colin.
3 catches for 71 yards for Bovine.
And even as big a play as that was, we are now at midfield.
Here is Nickens to stump off the Doyle, and Doyle can't pull a Diaz and gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. I'm still marveling at that goal line catch that he made and outran 4 much bigger defenders to the end zone.
Oh, that was awesome. That was super awesome. They had him dead to rights until they didn't. We had him, and then we lost him.
Here is the man in the slot as Nickens drops back to throw, and down he goes! Down he goes for the fifth time, and this time it's Espinreal.
Well, even the pros, even the best professionals can get caught just waiting for that next second to have the receiver run themselves open. Unfortunately, clock in his head forgot to go off.
Maybe it did go off and he just didn't hear it.
Didn't hear it. What's
3rd and 15. OKC has only converted 1 third down. This is very long. Nickens, wobbly duck. Oh, dropped. Oh, it was dropped by number 87.
I gotta apologize for the cruddy camera work there. The guys in the truck are gonna get the business here for that one, as we couldn't really see
Devontae Duncan dropped that one.
what happened, and we're not getting a replay either. Whoa, Nelly.
I can already see quotes coming out of this game as it's nearly blocked that time.
Man. It seems like they can get close or put pressure on the punter whenever they feel like it. I think there's only been 1, maybe 2 punts where the punter had really no pressure.
So 1st and 10 for Tulsa. I'm assuming it's the same problem for the Desperados that the Renegades got.
Yeah, I think they just got to really focus on moving the sticks, and that I think affects your play calling, unfortunately. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
And you got a rookie quarterback too that's got to handicap you at least a little bit, as Jackson fires this one down the middle of the field, and it is complete to Stephen Bush. That's his 4th reception. Well, Mr. Bush.
Yeah, it's sort of a medium to deep slant, and that's interesting with only a 3-step drop. She's going to fire that sucker, and she does. Look at that.
Right by Jam Pearson's ear. So we have 1 bit from G_OMUM1TV. Thank you for your support. As here's the give on a trap play to Robinson. That was a little slow in developing, but he still picks up 3 yards.
Yeah, and a good mix here in the first couple of plays that gives the OKC defense something to think about.
So here is the Desperados in lineup in the shotgun with Robinson on Jackson's left hip. She's back to throw, has a clean pocket, fires this one out for Karen Malone, who picks up the first down with a pickup of 8. John Gregory on the tackle.
Good standard basic football as he catches it just short of the line of gain and is conscious that he's got to turn and go forward. Nothing fancy, not going to run around and try and break one. He's going to move the sticks. Did we hear that earlier?
I think we did. 1 receiver to the bottom, that's Bush. Here's to get to Robinson the other way, and Sanzo can't break free. Nice tackle by number 24, Jam Pearson.
Yeah, Pearson makes Robinson look like a rank amateur there as he gets pushed way back on the tackle.
Nice job playing and run support for the rookie corner. We have a 2nd and 10 from the Tulsa 47. They go 4 wide receivers, 2 to either side. Robinson the single back. Jackson back to throw. Has a clean pocket. Has to fire this one out, and it is complete. Out of bounds to Malone, and Malone, they're going to say, is inches short of first down, setting up a 3rd and
short.
3rd and short.
3rd and short, yeah. Yeah. Hey, we didn't see this in the preseason game, Colin, but you think Jackson can run the sneak?
I don't know. She's certainly big enough to do it at 6'3", 220. Instead, she'll give up to Sanzo, and Sanzo picks up only the 2nd 3rd down conversion for Tulsa this game.
Is that right? Wow.
Combined, these two teams are 4 for 16 on 3rd down. Combined. With each having converted 2.
Yep. Well, they cross midfield now with a new set of downs here, just shy of the 40 on the plus side, Colin.
Strong eye formation. Here's the give once again to Buffalo Marshall, and he explodes through the middle. Oh, picking up about 7 yards on his second carry.
Buffalo Marshall. That's fun to say. Yeah, and you notice they set that up earlier with that quick handoff to the up back. Didn't go for much, but that time, catch him.
Here's the give again to Sanzo, and this time Marshall throws a great block as Robinson falls forward to the 28 for a first down.
Now, it seems like, Colin, a little bit of that feeling from the opening possession that Tulsa had, where I think they surprised the Renegades by making a decent bit of progress out past midfield before they finally stalled out.
13 carries for 61 yards for Robinson. She's out of the empty backfield, drops back to throw, throws the quick out to Corey Jones, who tried to tippy-toe the sidelines as he's now at the 3 catches for 87 yards. Jackson's now 12 of 19 for 179. She's averaging almost an astounding 15 yards per completion.
Oh, wow, that's amazing, and testament to the O-line there. And by the way, I would say Tulsa ball carrier needs to go hire the Renegades ballerina coach as he tippy-toes himself out of bounds when he could have picked up the first.
Here's Jackson back to throw. Goes deep down the field. Almost picked off by both.
Third time.
By both Rahman and Brady Clark.
Third time we've seen her throw make an ill-advised attempt, Colin, twice in end zones. She is going to get tagged in the film room this week. Cannot do that. She's living dangerously. The other time she did it, they were backed up in their own end.
As they go empty shotgun, we saw this look from St. Louis last night as Jackson will fire as a man wide open. It's Gardner Malone the third, and he spins down to the 7.
For some reason, the OKC secondary was sort of in the goal line prevent, forgetting that a first down was achievable. 12 yards, 14 yards in front of the goal line, 17 yards.
I think it was because they had a second tight end in there. OKC had a 4-3 defense on the field, and that really played into Tulsa's hands beautifully there.
Yeah, smart play by Jackson, taking what the D gives you. How about I'll take that first down. I don't need to score just yet.
C. Pundy says on Madden, Guerin has a 3 rating on his moves. As he goes to the end zone, Jackson, that's nearly intercepted by Dave Drury. Pass intended for Stephen Bush.
Darn near a volleyball-style tip drill as it's batted back into the end zone, into the arms of somebody I didn't see, Colin.
That last completion for Jackson put her over 200 yards for the day. We saw Moody Mitchell put up over 350 yards an entire game.
Yeah. Well, we saw glimpses of this in the preseason with Jackson, Colin. And she is delivering today. She just needs to get the team in the end zone.
Takes a deep drop. Has to make a decision. Throws to the end zone. And it's caught by Garen Malone for the touchdown. Tulsa. Wow. 7-yard touchdown strike to the 21st overall pick. On a pass thrown from the number 8 overall pick. That's rookie-to-rookie connection right there. And he snags this out of the air from 4 people in the area.
If you're a Desperados fan, you are quietly geeking out over this rookie combo.
Malone is 6'6", 253, so you just throw it anywhere near him, he'll go up and grab it.
He'll shove down that wafy 197 free safety in the process.
The extra point is up and good.
And with that,
we have Tulsa taking the lead. 10-3 over OKC. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and Instagram at SimulationFL for those platforms. For the latest
and greatest, you're watching Simulation Football League Rivalry Night here in a matinee edition.
On YouTube.
And battle for the, what'd you call it, the Tornado Trophy? Twister?
The Tornado Trophy.
There we go.
As called by Mr. Irvine, is Bubba Marshall talking a little smack to the guys
Oh,
on
no.
special teams.
So the commissioner named that trophy, and I just goofed it up. Oh, there's going to be a letter in my employee file for that, I'm sure.
No, it's the commissioner's daddy.
Oh, the commissioner's daddy. Well, I think he has some pull with the commissioner, so sorry for that.
As Nickens lines up with 3 wide receivers, Duncan has yet to catch a pass for OKC as of yet. Nickens is back to throw, throws this out to Doyle. Doyle still has room to turn the corner, spin move, broke a tackle and picked up 10 yards.
Gives this little tornado imitation there and picks up the first down in the process. That's for Doyle and all our Canadian friends. Have a donut on me, eh?
Nickens now 13 of 19 for 170. Both of these quarterback averaging astounding completion average per completion attempt as Doyle, with one of his better runs, picks up 7 on third.
That was
on
some
first down.
That was some good ball handling. I don't want to say fake because they made the handoff, but I think it caught. I think Tulsa, it wasn't clear on what was happening on the defensive side of the ball, and they push it out for a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. And Nickens with a 7-step drop throws it to the sideline. Shea Carroll makes up for his earlier drop with a nice first down catch out to the 49. It's his 2nd catch for 13 yards on 4 total targets.
And we know that why, Colin?
Because we have a statistician.
Who is
Gerald Smith. He's doing a great job.
Absolutely.
If you
yes.
want to join the stats team, DM Andy Hamilton on Discord. As Doyle spins ahead, he picks up 7 yards on first down. Doyle now up to
something. That's another nifty sort of just a wide off tackle, if you will.
now up to 39 yards rushing. He has 94 total yards.
They call that a stretch play, Colin? I don't know what they call that.
A power play to the left.
To the left side, yeah. They're having
Or Nickens.
Oh!
Stares down Rhett Sawyer and Kipley do. This time they combine on the sack.
Is it me? Or did Nickens give him his absolute best move and nothing happens and down he goes? Well, there you go. I'm going to fake you out.
Oh, no. Ronnie
Nickens
is
that's entertainment.
Deacon Nickens is going to have to spend some extra time in the ice tub Monday morning.
Sometimes it just doesn't work.
As Nickens will go deep on the post. Oh, it's open this time. He catches it in. It's a touchdown on 3rd and 14.
Joke's on me, he says. I'll show you. I'll throw deep.
And the league's all-time tight end leader in every receiving category shows you why he's one of the best as he beats Rockefeller on the post.
That was nice. And again, much like they showed earlier, they must have had a sense that thing could get open as they sort of doink around here and there and then wait to pull that sucker out, Colin.
Bovine now has 4 catches for 124 yards and that long touchdown.
Wow, Bovine is really on the move today. Don't have a cow.
Hey, he's got beef with somebody if he can burn defenders that badly.
Who wants chicken when you can have the steak? As we're tied with 1:31 to go here in the 3rd. In the tornado tussle in Tulsa. Kick is away.
As Charles Ball fields it and cuts up the middle, breaking a couple of tackles is Mr. Ball.
He is going to try and sort out that up the gut, isn't he, Colin? And he's close. You can see, a step here, a broken tackle there, and he might get into the clear.
Look at some of the SFL sponsors Richards Printworks, the official merchandise partner of the SFL Score Stream, the official live scoring app of the Simulation FL. As Jackson lines up with 4 wide receivers, 3 in a bunch, and she fires down the middle of the field and knocked away by Raman.
Yeah, that might be a pattern problem there, Colin, as there are 2 Tulsa receivers in the same area. De recepción. And, of course, they attracted 3 or 4 Renegade defenders. And here we are, 2nd and 10.
There you go, 5 wide. Trips to the top, 1 to the bottom. Jackson is going to fire it out, complete to the 41-yard line.
Okay.
To number 10.
Sorry about that, Colin. I was talking over you. The OKC is trying to get a little cute here. We'll see it. They're only going to rush 3, and then they're going to send a backer on a delayed blitz. No, we're not going to see it. We're going to see the route. And it just wasn't that effective of a rush, and it took a while to develop. In the meantime, they lost him in the pattern there and pick up a first down.
That was Aaron King, the reserve receiver.
Now, OKC brings a lot of people into the box, Colin.
As Jackson throws again down the middle of the field, she goes. It's a first down completion to Stephen Bush, who holds up the ball and says, "Look, Ma, I got the ball."
Right. And again, potentially a mistake on the routes, as there are 2 Tulsa receivers in the same area, but this time there's a wide open window. There's a clear window for the catch and the first down. Here we are at midfield.
Split backs for Tulsa. Jackson, 7-step drop. She has time. No, she goes down. Damon Malinsky, the defensive end, beats his tackle as he took the long circular route before bringing Jackson down.
Yeah, and that wasn't much of a try in terms of pass blocking there. But in the defense of the O lineman, Colin, that ball should have been delivered or out of her hands before that point in the play.
She'll develop that as time goes on. Jackson has to step up now. Throws it long. Oh, by Stephen Bush to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Give him 6. Touchdown, Desperados.
Wow, the mistake on the back end. And if we get a replay, Colin, you will see some nifty pocket presence by Ashley Jackson.
No, we're just going to get a look at the nice route.
But right by him.
but I agree. She did step up in the pocket as that same tackle let Malinsky go by him once again.
Yep. She could tell he was having trouble with Malinsky, and she just slides over to her right, up and to her right, just enough to find the strike.
As the extra point by Weaver is up and good. I appreciate all the feedback, fellas. We have a lot of fun doing this, don't we, Rick?
Yes, we do. I'm sorry. I was not paying attention to the chat. Are we getting lit up in a bad way?
No, we're getting lit up in a good way.
Okay.
People said they love us.
Well, they're too kind. They are too kind. We have a great time doing it, and we're happy to be a part of bringing the SFL to the world.
You're listening to Rivalry Night, matinee edition on the Simulation Football League here on Twitch.tv. 1710 Tulsa in front of OKC.
By the way, we got a ton of new sponsors. I talked about that earlier. If you go to business school, if you listen to me long enough, I'll give you a business school education for free. But
as the return by Marshall goes up to the 29.
So we've got Tulsa up 17-10 here, Colin, in the fourth. Not a lot of scoring action. The scoring that started was just some pedestrian field goals, and then we've got a couple of long touchdowns, 3 long touchdowns now. And here we are with just under 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
And OKC is back on the field on offense as Deacon Nickens takes a 7-step drop and down he goes. Giblino is now approaching ridiculous territory. He's up to 5 sacks, 5.5 sacks.
Is that right? Wow.
If Tulsa can win this game, Ghibli-Doo's one-man wrecking crew effort will be a big reason why. 2nd down and 18 from the 20. Nickens will throw a quick out to Carroll, and Carroll will gain most of the sack yardage back, sacking up a 3rd and 11. He now has 20 yards on 4 catches for an average of 5 yards per catch. 3rd and 11. There's a look at Carroll. Pratt shoots to the bottom. Nickens is back to throw. Oh, he's hit as he throws by J.J. Bam Cook. By Bam Bam Cook. But the throw doesn't go anywhere. And they're now officially 3 for 10 on 3rd down. Boy, I tell you, that man's body is going to be bruised all over come Sunday morning.
Well, it goes without saying. Here's the gratuitous color guy commentary column. It goes without saying, OKC did not want to punt this ball.
People are mentioning the single game sack record. EC Temple got 8.5 for Indianapolis against St. Louis last year. He was a one-man wrecking crew. He was like Godzilla that day.
And that St. Louis team was having a bit of a dumpster fire off and on last season. Oh, did I say that out loud, Colin? I'm sorry. Are you giving me the sinister fist shake right here in the booth?
Brady Clark trying to stem the flow as Tulsa once again takes over on D.
Is that finger for 1-0, baby? Is that why you're giving me that finger, Colin?
I'm not giving you anything. As Sonzo Robinson picks up 7 yards on the swing, Jackson up to 283, as well as a positive touchdown to interception ratio.
Do you have the stats on the TD to pick ratio now? Is it 2-1?
2-1.
Yeah.
For Miss Jackson.
Thank you, GS. Like a GS. I'm sure he's got that as a personal theme song. Right?
Bush to the top of the screen. Sonzo dotting the I. And they give to Robinson.
Oh!
Robinson jukes, and he gets the first down with ease.
Do you give that credit for a broken tackle? Or is it just sort of a little sidestep and a whiff on his way to a first down? That he struts up to the line. Yeah, baby. Oh, free play.
Free play offsides. Jackson this time will dump it out to Robinson, who makes a man miss with a juke and picks up about 6 yards. They might want to decline the penalty.
They probably will. Not bad. That OKC, I'm guessing, rotated into good coverage on the deep routes. She still has a
They accept the penalty to make it 1st and 5. Damon Malinsky, who already has a sack.
Don't worry about me.
Still,
you can keep talking. Go ahead.
Still, the man called for the offsides. He said he rotated.
I was making a comment that she had enough presence of mind to still go with a check down, and maybe that might have been the original design, but she took a peek downfield.
As here's again to Robinson up the middle. He easily picks up the first down, about 7 yards, averaging a healthy 4.6 yards a carry.
Yep. And now that play was set up by some of those other quick handoffs. Let's see if they. Yep. Lead blocker doesn't have the ball, pounds it down the middle for Robinson, who takes it for a little ride, and Bob's your uncle.
Talking about TD Drew for the Indy Spitfire. Can't wait to see their new stadium, Hoosier Memorial Stadium, the big rebrand.
Yeah, by the way, love the Spitfire moniker.
As Jackson will throw the corner route for Stephen Bush, who caught it for 7 yards.
They're going to give him the catch.
They're going to give him the catch,
indeed. Yeah, Spitfire. Couldn't be happier about that. Sweet name. And they got a new stadium, Colin? I lost track of that.
Yeah, Hoosier Memorial Stadium.
Wow, yeah.
To honor the fallen.
Yeah, you're right. And I remember the city put a bond issue together to help them build that. That was good partnership.
As Robinson is the deep back in the I formation offset. And the give is to Robinson. He tried to push forward, but he couldn't get there.
He falls right on the yellow line. Will they have a measurement? They're calling it 3rd and inches, I guess.
Well, you got your whole playbook open here.
Yes, but remember, we talked about drive stalling out was the problem in the first half. So this is, in my opinion, a move the sticks. There you go.
Here's the give to Marshall. His 3rd carry, and it's a big one as he picks up the first down with ease.
I'm not rooting for either team, right? Not supposed to anyway. And but I am a fan of some quality play calling and some deception. And that time they give it to the up back as the Red Sea parts.
As
look at the bunch.
The bunch to the bottom. They got 4 wide, Bush to the top. Jackson will get sacked. Damon Malinsky atones for his sins and gets his 2nd sack of the day.
And Jackson gets caught zoning out and focusing on one receiver or an area of the field and forgets that the clock is going off in her head.
You got the empty backfield set on 2nd and 18 from the 27. And Jackson over the middle to Malone. He'll give him forward progress for a pickup of 4.
Yeah, a lot of action for not much real estate on that, Colin. And they want to be careful. They want to stay in or improve field goal position here and get this thing a 2-score game. At this point in the game, possessions and scoring differential in terms of possession becomes more important.
4 wide receivers for the Desperados. Jackson on the middle, complete to Stephen Bush, 1st and goal at the 7.
Or you can do that. Thank you very much.
Stephen Bush now 7 catches, $114 and a touchdown.
Wow.
Everybody's getting in on the fun. Even the generic even the reserve player had a catch for 12 yards. KC really has to make a stand here if they want to remain in this game. Sonzo Robinson with the carry. Gets down to the 4. They pick up a 3.
Not bad. Sort of just runs into the whirling bubble of blocking that's going all 360 degrees around him and makes a little bit of a gain.
You know,
yes,
that is a good point. We have Buffalo Marshall lined up as fullback again. The 3 wide receivers. Jones is in the slot. Bush is all alone by himself to the top of your picture. Here's to get to Sonzo Robinson swinging wide. Oh. Touchdown. Give him 6 for Tulsa.
I didn't have a chance to accurately count, but they had 5 guys on the line for the D, plus they had 3 or 4 backers or people lined up in the linebacker position. They all get caught up in the wash as he just swings wide to the right.
Gets a good block from Stephen Bush out there. Buffalo Marshall leading the way.
It's kind of a hop, skip, and a jump into the end zone.
Yes. Things are looking a little dire here for the visiting team as they're now down by 2 scores pending the extra point from Mr. Wheeler.
And this is a big, fat 2-touchdown, 2-score lead.
Although we've seen OKC with the ability to strike at any time, particularly the Nickens to Bovine combination.
Absolutely. So with 4:43 to go, Tulsa 24, the visitors 10.
Well, let's see if they can get a good return. Here's a look at one of our sponsors, Richard's Printworks. Visit simulationfl.net for more details and a full product line. Bubba Marshall fields this from his 10. Up the middle he goes, has an opening, and but spins back into a crowd and gets brought down at the 33.
That's a pretty good return, Colin, for as deep as that kick was. I'm not sure where the Tulsa defenders were, but they had the appearance of not necessarily having full hustle. down the field. Or maybe it was just too flat of a kick, and they did not have enough time to get down there, which is actually probably what happened.
4 wide receivers. Nickens calling the audible. He's been sacked so many times, it's crazy.
Bunch to the left with not enough blockers. Oh, and they run that little screen to no avail, Colin.
A little one-man dump. A little one-man dump pass, that is.
Oh, thank you.
As Nickens on second down throws an interception.
Let's say throws to nobody, but oop, there's a safety back there.
Kyler Murray to corner.
Kyler Murray, not that Kyler Murray.
Looking for Carroll. He just overthrew him. It's like he was arm punting to Mr. Murray.
Do you think that they thought there was going to be a different pattern and the receiver incorrectly ran it?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
As the chat is saying, Carroll got clipped by Bovine. And somebody goes, that's a Nathan Peterman pass right there. Sons of Robinson tackled after pickup of 2. It's 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson. Under center, she's milking this play clock like you would a cow. Here's to get to Marshall, his 3rd carry of the game. He only gains 2, but Buffalo Marshall, it's nice to see the fullback getting some love. You know, there were 2 contracted fullbacks last year, and Jason Williams and Jonathan Sanchez, but with Cody Hill off to retirement, there's only Williams left as far as the contracted fullbacks go. Tom Rahman 11 says milking the clock like you would a cat. I'm surprised you could even do that.
That's a reference to a cultural joke. Seinfeld, I'm not sure.
As a 3rd down run to Robinson, he's tackled for a loss by John Gregory. He's now down to 77 yards, but he does have the rush touchdown.
Yep. Well, I think obviously Tulsa wanted to at least generate a 1st down or 2 and burn a little more clock. But they are sitting on a 2-score lead, and with a decent punt, they can play D.
That's Weaver. Well, this clock run all the way down, and
they're going after him.
Nearly blocked, and the return is up to the 13.
Well, there's your trade-off. You can go for the block, but you don't have enough coverage on the back end. So coming up with a 2-minute warning, OKC takes over.
Nickens lines up from the shotgun. He's 18 at 26 for 234, although he did just throw an interception on the previous possession, and down he goes for a sack.
Wow.
And that should be the last play before the 2-minute warning. I believe that was Ghibli due.
Back-to-back plays. Got an interception.
You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on Twitch.
That was the Quip 2-minute warning.
The Quip design delivers simple ways to keep your mouth healthy with timed vibrations, head refills for $5, and they're refilled every 3 months. Covered for life with free covered for life with free shipping for life. Try for 30 days and support the SFL with a promo code in the script below. A portion of your purchase supports the SFL broadcasters. Quip, a more wholesome, clean. That was a dump play to J.W. Doyle, and they had to burn timeout. Nickens Going deep for Devontae Duncan, his first catch. And they call a timeout with 1:50 left.
It's going to bring up 4th and 4, Colin, and, well, they don't want to punt, and they're not going to here with $1.50 left.
Receiver in the slot. That is Carroll.
So max protect, maybe with only 2 in the pattern. We'll see. 3 in the pattern.
And going deep, knocked away. Pass, I believe, was intended for Bovine. Charles Ball knocked it away.
So OKC turns it over on downs with, I can't see the clock, but 1 timeout.
Tulsa with 8 sacks, 5 from Giblidu, 2 from Espen Real, and 1 from a reserve player. As Tulsa gets the ball in there on the OKC 19-yard line with 1:45 left, and it looks like they'll be kneeling this thing down to kill the rest of this clock.
Of course, OKC's going to take their timeout.
Because you can't take your timeouts home with you.
In a futile gesture. Instead of waving the white flag. Colin, your impressions of this game?
Well, OKC's offense is still explosive with Bovine and Nickens, but J.W. Doyle continues his rookie struggles from last year that we saw. We covered a few of their games.
Mm-hmm.
They really need him to get going if they want to get out of the second division cellar.
Yep, I would add to that. Hats off to Tulsa and the D for holding the Renegades to just 10 points.
So we get the 3rd and 13 coming up. 3rd and 13. And I believe there'll still be time for perhaps a field goal.
Well, I don't think they're going to rub it in their faces. Did Tulsa didn't have any turnovers, am I correct?
Oh, they had one. It was the Jackson interception.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So this game fulfills a lot of truisms in football, Colin, right? You can convert in the red zone if you can pick up 3rd downs, right? If your quarterback can throw more touchdowns than picks, all of those things, and they are going to kick a field goal. Or attempt. They will attempt one here. It'll be a 40-yarder.
And Weaver's kick is up and good from 40.
That makes it a 3-score game with 23 seconds to go.
And Oklahoma City just couldn't convert on 3rd down. They were 3 of 12 today.
What's our conversion ratio for Los Desperados?
They were 4 of 13. So both teams
it wasn't very good, was it?
Need to work on their 3rd down conversion percentage.
Yeah, and therein might be the microstat of the game, especially for OKC. Those 3rd down conversions could have sustained drives and might have been a difference maker.
Here's the return by Marshall. Cuts to the middle of the field, gets knocked down at his own 26 with 19 seconds left. Well, it's good to be back in the saddle officially.
Yes, sir. Thank you, everybody, for checking us out. I didn't see the max in terms of viewers, Colin. Did you catch a number on that? I had seen earlier in the game we're up to 72. We were over 70 for sure. Thanks for listening. Hopefully it's been entertaining.
As Nickens will go deep to Pratchard, but he's knocked out of bounds. Well, wait, we got a flag on the play. It's MeUndies laundry on the field. MeUndies are the most. As we get a call, it's a pass interference. MeUndies are the most comfortable underwear. Use the promo code in the scroll below. That a portion of your proceeds supports the SFL broadcasters. Give the gift of comfort with 100% satisfaction guaranteed, free shipping, and returns signature soft and stretchy me undies. Penalty was called on number 45, Lee Haywood Palmer. And it looks like OKC will try Hail Mary from their own 42. Nickens will get sacked again. That's his ninth sack he's taken. This time from number 72.
They're going to try and get another
Kevin
play off.
Grayson. No, they couldn't get another play off.
Oh, no.
That is the ball game.
Well, thank you, everybody, for watching and listening in. Appreciate it. As we'll go through some stats here and some highlights.
Look at that, 399 total yards for Tulsa. They dominated the time of possession as well. Just over 24 minutes worth. OKC passed for 246, but the 38 rushing yards from Doyle certainly didn't help the cause. As Big Fish 767 goes, good Lord, is that David Carr back there? He sure got sacked like it.
Yeah, nobody wants to be David Carr. Well, I think both teams have some things to work on, Colin. As you see a nice pitch and catch behind the secondary.
Bovine finishes with 102 receiving yards. There's that great step up from Jackson there on that touchdown pass to Bush. That is a thing of beauty. She's definitely my pick for player of the week. We'll have to see how the other games
Certainly
shake
of
out.
the game, right? Yeah. To be a strong contender.
Sons of Robinson, 77 yards and 1 touchdown. Give you 6.5 sacks. My goodness. Somebody give that man a helmet stick.
Well, the Tornado Trophy is going to be in Tulsa until the next meeting here, Colin.
Well, this will be the only time they'll meet, unfortunately,
For this season?
for this season.
Well, OKC will have to dream about.
As Ashley Jackson is your player of the game, only 10 incompletions. She goes for 310 yards and a 107.6 quarterback rate. Well deserved for Miss Jackson. For all of us at the Simulation FL, for Gerald Smith on stats, I'm Colin Northrup. He's Rick Northrup on color. Good afternoon,
Everybody?
everybody, and enjoy the rest of the game.